buddy. Tonight, we are dealing with a subject that may just make your skin crawl. And if it does, that's okay. Hello, hello. Hey, predecessor. Give me a moment. It's not that easy. If only it were. Well, that's odd. That's really odd. Oh, maybe it is here. Okay. So, weekly recap. 6 videos, 2 live streams, and 8 posts. Oops. 33,000 people tuned into my videos last week. 14 new subscribers last week. They watched Whale Tales, 2 groups of whales, and Hottentot fig, edible and medicinal plants. Surprise, surprise. 64 likes, 2 shares, and 13 comments. How many hours did people watch your videos last week? 43.5, 56.9, or 70.3? Nope, it was 43.5. The video that was watched the longest was Whale Tales. I thought I would have my... Since I didn't do it last week, I'm going to do... Oh, and by the way, We have 756 subscribers as of tonight. And 107 on the other channel. One video and 3 shorts, which is odd. $1.8 thousand people tuned in and 9 new subscribers. They watched Random Basking Shark Facts, What Do Basking Sharks Eat, and Toy Review Basking Shark. Yes, it is. 47 likes, 1 share, and 3 comments. People watched 16.7 hours of videos last week. The one they watched the longest was Dinosaurs in My Collection. Anyway, making sure I don't have comments. I don't. Okay. Welcome, everybody. For those of you who are just joining us, on Tuesdays, there's always a topic to my lives. However, on Tuesdays, I always started off by going over the weekly recap with my subscribers. We make it a game. Sometimes, anyway. I thought I already had this open. Okay. So, tonight, spiders and scorpions. Okay. See how long it'll sit there. These guys belong to a group of animals called arachnids. There are spiders and scorpions, that is. There are 52,309 species of spiders known to man. And out of that number, there are 3,500 species that live in the United States. Out of that 52,309, somewhere between 25 to 100 have venom that is dangerous to humans. In the United States, there are only a dozen or so species that are venomous to humans. Now, most of those numbers, if not all of them, are from the Loxoscelis, or the recluse spiders, and Lactrodectus, the widow family, or genus. Keep in mind, there is no such thing as a poisonous spider. There's only venomous spiders. Only venomous. And by the way, for those of you who are saying, why is he holding spiders? Oh my gosh. No, these are plastic. See? If this were a real spider, I would need medical assistance really quick. now we're going to switch to the scorpion side of things. Oh, and there is no such thing as a non-venomous tarantula. There is no such thing as a non-venomous spider. They're all venomous. The live ones are even more adorable. And this would have been a great video to have them out. There are over 2,500 species of scorpion in the world, and somehow I think that number is kind of dinky. Like we saw with the spiders, there aren't as many scorpions that are medically significant to humans. There is somewhere around 25 to 30 scorpions that have venom that can either cause pain, make one sick, or perhaps unalive you. In the US, there is one species or one genus that is even more dangerous to humans. That is dangerous to humans. I wasn't going to bring it up, but since Carol brought it up, uh-oh, that didn't sound good. Hold on, I gotta get up. Hey, Benjamin! Watch what I'm looking for and not being here. Because that would be so typical. And what I'm looking for is not in here. Okay then. We will carry on without him. I think, anyway. Yep, we'll just carry on without him. Okay, so thank you. So, scorpions that have small, thin pinchers, like these, typically have a more potent venom. Oh no! Sorry about that. That had to give somebody a headache. Normally, all of this stuff would be ready. Oh well. Not gonna worry about it. We're gonna move on. Scorpions that have really thick, heavy pinchers, good chance that they're not as toxic. Doesn't mean that you want to get stung. Simply means that that animal is not as toxic as other scorpions. as we go through this, if you have questions, ask them. I suppose I did rock your worlds. Okay, moving on. Now, let's talk about what to do if you do happen to see a spider in your house. Typically in the US, this would be a really big spider. This would be a really big spider if this were in your house. Well, Carol, let's put it this way. There are some scorpions who have thinner pinchers. That aren't necessarily deadly. But here's the thing, you don't want to find out. You don't want to find out. Yeah, all of my spiders that I have are quite a bit bigger than the ones that would be in your house. Unless you live in the tropics, and then we can talk about it. But so, what do? So, if this were in my house, I wouldn't be in America, first off. But if this were in my house, I would not deal with it. I would have somebody come and get rid of it for me. Simply because this is very, very potent venom. And I don't do super, super potent venom unless I'm feeling extremely lucky. On the other hand, if this were in my house, I know two things. One, it's very, very defensive. It will probably drip venom as it's trying to scare me away. Your best bet when it comes to spiders in your house is a peanut butter jar. They're a girl's best friend. All you have to do is trap the spider, really quickly screw on the lid, problem solved. Not. You take this outside, maybe on the edge of your property, facing the neighbor's house, and you unscrew it and you let it out. Or you unscrew the lid and you run to get back inside the house. Most spiders are not coming into your house to cause trouble. A lot of times it could be a male. I'm guessing these are not males. They're either coming into your house looking to find a mate or looking for food. So, one of those two things. Now, second thing you can do, I don't like doing, but you can do it, is to vacuum. Is to vacuum them up. Now, should you find a web with egg sacs in it, again, you can vacuum them up. You also, if you're getting a lot of spiders in your house, you need to think about what's going on outside your house. personally, myself, I am much more scared of bees and wasps than I am a spider. Right? So, if I have a spider in my house, he's my friend, not my enemy. And so I don't kill them. Yeah. I'm not going to comment on that. That's why you probably shouldn't stomp spiders. Just saying. You want to look at the outside of your house, and that's going to tell you if there's holes in your house. Of course, a spider, i.e. a tarantula, if they can fit their front legs or their pedipalps into a hole, they can enter that hole and their whole body will fit. Second thing you want to do is, if you have a lot of spiders in your house, look at your house. Look inside your house. I'm not poking fun at anybody when I say this, because my computer desk is a disaster. But I know what's there. My desk that I sit at when I do this is a disaster. But again, I know where everything's at. However, clutter is a spider's best friend. I'm going to say that again. Clutter is a spider's best friend, because it gives them lots of places to hide. It gives them places to build their webs, depending upon the species of spider. And yeah. So if you have a desk that looks like mine, clean it up. Clean it up. Second thing, if you have a tree, maybe not a tree, maybe that's a bad issue. But if you have a wood pile right up against your house, maybe move that away from your house. If you have a rock pile, maybe you collect rocks and they're outside, maybe move them away from your house, because those wood piles and that rock pile, maybe you have a wood burning stove and you have the wood right up against your house so that you can just walk out and grab it. No bueno. Not good, because you're going to let those animals into your house, because they will find a way in while they're hiding in the wood pile. Also, have you ever walked out at night and you have your porch light on? If you're like my house, then leave him alone. I personally am not bothered by spiders. It doesn't bother me. Now, I'm not anybody. I have had tarantulas. Like, okay, seriously? Not this big. Not that big. But I have kept big spiders. And yeah, something like this, nah. When you worked with 7.5 inches of vileness, I'm good with it with a small spider. That being said, sometimes they were in their cages. Sometimes I held them outside their cages. That being said, I don't want a spider in my bed. That's where I draw the line. If you're in my bed, you don't belong there. You need to go find someplace else to hide. Now, a light above your door, above your front door, can even attract spiders closer to your home. So at night, once you're in your house, don't leave the light on, turn it off. You don't need it on if you're in your house. Now, if you do live in an area that has tarantulas, and yes, there are tarantulas in the United States, keep in mind that they can, like I said, that they can squeeze through cracks. Chances are, though, they're not going to be in your house. And chances are pretty good that when you do see a tarantula, it's probably a lovesick male who's just out looking for a female. Just being brutally honest. Most of our native, I think all of our native tarantulas, though they can look big and scary, most of them, I think all of them pretty much, they don't have medically significant venom. That being said, you can be allergic to any type of venom. So don't get bit. Don't get repeated bites. Okay, so we've talked about spiders. Now let's talk about scorpions and a little bit about spiders at the same time. Wait a minute, I skipped something. I did, I think. Did I talk about what you should do if you get bit? If you do get bit, did I talk about that? Okay, so I did skip. So, I'm going to keep you from sleeping tonight. That's my goal. Don't ruin it for me. Okay, so you're sleeping in bed, or maybe you're not in bed. Okay, maybe you're getting ready for bed, and no, change that. Let's say I am being nature guy, and I stick my hands into something, and I feel something on my hand. And I pull my hand out, and that is on me. And not only is it there, but it has bit me. It's taken a bite. What do? First thing you're not going to do is you're not going to go blump and kill it. No. you're going to catch it. You don't want it dead. It's probably not going to be medically significant, okay? But if it is, you're going to want that spider to go with you to the doctor. Because if your doctor is a good doctor and they know their spiders, or they know somebody who knows their spiders, they can have it identified and tell you, guess what? You're good. Go home. Or they might tell you, well, we're gonna clean it up and you're gonna keep your eyes on it. Because here in the United States, again, we have two genuses of venomous spiders that are out to get you. Nope, I said that wrong. They are not out to get you. You accidentally got bit because it was scared of you and reacted. So you get bit, right? The first thing you want to do is you want to trap that spider. You don't want to squish it, because if you squish it, I can't identify it. If I'm looking at a spider and it's basically flattened and in a ball, I can't tell you what it is. Unless you can resurrect that spider, it ain't happening. Second thing you want to do is soap and water. Wash the bite with soap and water. Do the ABCs while you wash it. You want to make sure it's clean. Then you're going to dry the bite, apply antiseptic, and cover it with a Band-Aid. Or not a Band-Aid, sorry, with a bandage. Now, before you put the Band-Aid on, but after you've applied the cream, you want to take a marker and you're going to circle the bite. Did I lose you guys again? I can never tell if you guys are just being quiet. Oh, whoo. Okay, good. You want to circle the bite as close as you can to it. That way, if it spreads, or the redness spreads from the bite, you can keep track of it. If you can see that it is getting bigger, or if symptoms get worse, then it's okay. Go to the doctor. However, that being said, secondary bacterial infections can follow any spider bite, insect bite, or scorpion sting. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Second thing I want to say is, just because you have a pussy, gross, necrotic lesion on your skin doesn't mean it's a recluse bite. Okay? That doesn't mean it's a recluse bite. That could be maybe you're like me, and you use mechanical pencils. I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it. But I'm constantly getting stabbed by it. You got a splinter. You scratched yourself and a bacteria got in there. Skin infections can mimic recluse bites. They can mimic recluse bites. I'm not saying that if you go out and you somehow come into contact with a recluse and you get bit, great, get it checked out. But be mindful of that. They do, even today, with all of our medical fanciness, skin infections and recluse bites do sometimes get misdiagnosed. It's true. Okay, now back to scorpions. If you live in an area with scorpions, and this can actually be a pretty big area. You're welcome, Benjamin. It is a really good idea. Really, really good idea to give your bed a once over before you get into bed. You want to make sure that you don't have any scorpions in bed with you. Scorpions do not make good bedmates. They don't. Just like yellow jackets do not make good bedmates. I can honestly say they don't. True story. The other thing you want to do is, if you're one of these people that takes your shoes off before you get into the house and you leave them outside, and you go outside to get your shoe in the morning, check your shoes, because your shoe is a dark place. Animals that are desert dwellers like dark places because they provide a place to get out of the sun. If you don't check your shoe and you put your foot in there, you're going to push up against the animal, and that animal is going to act in self-defense. And what's going to happen is you're going to get stung. Yes, you should. Because what can happen is, even in the house, you can get friends in the house. And if you don't check your shoes, you're going to get stung. Maybe. So don't leave your shoes outside of your home. Check your shoes even in the house. And if you're camping, don't leave your shoes outside for a lot of reasons. Let's see. That's also a really good idea, even if you're just looking for spiders. Because even spiders will go inside shoes, and you stick your foot inside that shoe, and that spider is going to react. We all have closets. Give your clothes a little shake. Do not bring anything into your house from the outside. So let's say you have a wood-burning stove and you're going to bring, or a fireplace, and you're going to bring wood in for the day. Don't do that. Bring the wood in when you're going to burn it. Because hitchhikers are a thing. If you bring wood into the house and you're not going to burn it right away, you could be bringing in spiders. You could be bringing in scorpions. So just don't bring it into the house until you're ready to burn it. If you are cleaning in your yard and you live in an area that, one, has spiders or has scorpions, wearing boots and wearing gloves is going to keep you safe. This type of a shoe, because this is mesh, this is nothing to a scorpion sting. It'll go right through it. So, yeah, you want boots. Yeah, I mean, you should. So, just also, another thing to do is really a good idea. Like I said, I don't know how to simulate this. But if you're in your house and you, I don't know, maybe you drop money and it lands inside your shoe in the morning, don't just reach your hand in there without looking first. Most important rule of anything: never reach your hand under something without looking first. Because if your hand goes into a spider's web and you start moving and shaking, it could think you're prey. It could think you are out to hurt its egg sac. They will react. So always know where your hand is going. That works the same with scorpions. A scorpion can't sting you if your hand is out of the way. Also, works for snakes. If you are working in your yard and you reach underneath something, or you go to pick something up, there's a good chance that you are going to, you could potentially wake up a snake. Spiders, depending upon the spider, absolutely can see you. Absolutely, positively, without a doubt. And even if they can't see you, spiders, a lot of them have sensory hairs on them. They can pick up vibrations. My big girls that I had, they could see me. They could also feel the vibration of me messing with the tank as I opened it. Wolf spiders, spiders that are not web dwellers generally have fairly decent eyesight. Jumping spiders, even though they're on the small side, have really good vision, Carol. And they can most definitely see you. Because they have really good eyes. Now, you asked about you mentioned scorpions and the big pinchers compared to small pinchers. Those are, of course, way bigger than they should be. But this is an emperor scorpion, and you can see how heavy those pinchers are. Even a real life emperor scorpion has really pretty heavy claws. And although they can sting to help take down prey, they're going to use their pinchers way more than this guy. This guy's going to sting first and ask questions later. Now, if you do happen to see a spider, yes and no. Spiders and scorpions are cousins to the crab and the lobster. But they are not necessarily directly related. Spiders and scorpions are arachnids, and crabs and lobsters are what we call crustaceans. Now, they're all arthropods, and an arthropod basically means jointed legs. And you can see this guy, this girl, it's probably a girl. You can see there's a joint, there's a joint, there's a joint. So they have jointed legs. Yes, crawdads are also crustaceans. Another animal, insects would be cousins, but another, there are two other groups of arachnids, and they are the ticks and mites. Now, there's another group of animals that gets a lot of shade thrown at them, and that is the daddy longlegs. Now, I'm not talking about the cellar spiders that are sometimes called daddy longlegs. I'm talking about harvestmen. These guys are not, they're arachnid. They're not arachnids, but a lot of people confuse them for arachnids or for spiders. But yeah. Wow. I thought I was going to have a short one tonight, and it ended up, we're at 49 minutes. And Carol hasn't even had to work. Well, I wouldn't call it work, but she hasn't had to volunteer at all. Her fingers can sit there and do whatever fingers do. Daddy longlegs? What do they look like? Is that what you're talking about? They are varied. They are harvestmen. So typically, trying to find a really good picture. I think I have. Oh, wait. Wait. I goofed. I goofed, guys. They are an arachnid. According to Wikipedia. I don't know how much I trust Wikipedia, but according to Wikipedia, they are arachnids. So that is a typical harvestman. And they're very different from spiders. One, they don't have silk glands. So they don't spin webs. I'm going to use my Sydney funnel web spider for this. So, a little bit of spider anatomy 101. Spiders and tarantulas have a cephalothorax. That's what this is. That is the cephalothorax. And that is where all of the organs, well, some of the organs, that's where the eyes are, the legs attached to the cephalothorax, not the abdomen. And then there's the abdomen. Okay? And of course, they have 8 legs. Spiders have 8 legs. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are not legs. These are pedipalps. Pedipalps. And what they do is they are the spider's antennas, basically. You'll notice that on the harvestman, there isn't a cephalothorax. Necessarily. The legs are still jointed. Another thing that's different about daddy longlegs don't have venom. So this guy, if he bites you, it's going to hurt. It's going to put you in the hospital. Guaranteed. To put you in the hospital. That being said, that leads me to another question or another thing. If you see a spider and it is reared up like this on its back legs and he's looking at you, that's a warning. If they rear up on their hind legs, that is a warning. Tarantulas do it. Sydney funnel webs do it. Yeah, so if a spider rears up on its hind legs, it's not trying to be nice. They are not nice all the time. That is a threat. Back off, leave it alone. It'll stop. Another thing that I want to address is there's a lot of people who handle spiders. That's great. See that? That's not so great. That abdomen, this nice big abdomen, there's no bones to protect it. So if this were one of my pets and it would fall, even a short fall could cause a hemorrhage. It could cause my spider to bleed out. So don't, if somebody at a zoo offers you to hold a tarantula and you're at all scared, don't do it. Because if you drop it, yeah. Also, people that hold on the internets and they hold spiders of any kind, don't do as they do. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that every single spider that you come across is not like black widows. Don't sit in their webs all day and think, I wonder when that dorky human is going to come over and stick their fingers in my web so I can bite them. They don't think like that. On the other hand, if I'm not careful and I mess with the web or whatever, I'm probably going to take a bite. Spiders don't like to be held. But if I have my hand on the ground or the floor and the spider is walking over my leg or my arm, my hand, you guys can't see that. So I have my hand here. The tarantula or the spider is walking. To them, my hand is part of the floor. Right? Not a big deal. Until I move. Because floors don't move, right? So just leave the spiders where they're at unless you are moving it outside. If you have a pool and you live in an area that has black widows, check underneath your pool furniture, your outside furniture, before you reach your hand underneath to pick it up. Make sure you do that if you have a pool or you visit somebody's pool, because no, they can see you. What I'm saying is if I have my spider out and I'm holding it, or I'm on the bed, right, and he walks on me, he's not going to react badly if I don't move. If I move, I'm apt to get kicked. I'm apt to get an alert. I could even potentially take a bite. So don't mess with them. Leave them alone. That's what it boils down to. If you see a spider and you don't know if it's poisonous or not, oh, what did I do wrong? Did anybody hear me? What did I say that was wrong? This is a test. I goofed. If you were paying attention, I goofed. Spiders are venomous, not poisonous. If you see a spider, just brush it. Never, ever, ever in a million years should you have an insect on you or a spider and go blop. Because I guarantee you, you will take a bite or a sting. Always brush it off. You might still get stung, you might still get bit, but that's the better way to do it. Spiders and scorpions, especially spiders, are pest control. So, if you have insects, spiders are your best friend. One of your best friends. It is so quiet tonight. Guys, I want to try something. It's not what I wanted to do. Okay, hold on, guys. Hello? Sorry, guys. Sorry. Hold on. The boss is joining the chat. I'm fine. You've never seen me when it's lightning and thundering. Me, I'm the boss. What do you mean I don't have permission to view this page? What in the loony bin? How do I not have permission to enter my own live? That's wacko. Okay, we're gonna try this. A gun! Sorry, it's not in caps. I'm gonna wait for predecessor to it was suggested to me a way to keep people from ruining live, but I have to see if this works. So I will allow predecessor to answer, and then I need to try something. I did what? Oh. Okay. I am going to try something. So hold still. Don't freak out. Okay. Predecessor. Well, that's interesting. Apparently I can hide messages from appearing on my screen, but I can't stop you from chatting. Did you hear me, Carol? Yeah. So, let me do this real quick. Right now, on my end, I can't see chat at all. Like on my phone, where you said yeah, I can't see that. Yeah. I'm gonna try something. Benjamin, are you still in? Respond, please. Benjamin, if you're still in live, please let me know. Okay, yeah, predecessor. Okay, so I'm gonna try one more thing. And tell me if you still can do whatever you're doing now. I think that worked. So, Carol and predecessor, are you there? Let me know. Okay. I can, on my end, I can stop chat. Like, I can flat out turn it off. That's, I don't know if you tried messaging at all, or you may not even have noticed. Okay, so hold on. I'm going to turn it off again. Yeah, that's why. Because it was turned off. It wouldn't come through. So that's why. So if it ever gets that bad again, instead of exiting live, I'm just going to turn off comments. So I'm going to try it again, and I'm going to talk. I'm going to turn it off again, and I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to ask you a question. I want you to try and answer. And it should keep you from sending the message. So hold up. Hi guys. Can you hear me? If you can, type the word yes right now. Type the word yes and hit enter or send. Okay, it's back on. Did it work? Hello? I gotta test it. Then there's no way I can test it with nobody in here. Yeah. Another thing I can do is yeah. So now, if you are not a subscriber, you can't message me. You can't participate in chat. You can see chat, I think, but you can't respond. So I don't know which one I like better, this or the other. Right. Now, if they're subscribed, obviously this isn't going to work, right? Now, if I want to do, let's say I'm doing an interview, or I want to have a guest, but I want it so that you guys are listening and participating. Well, again, here's the problem. Again, the problem is with that. Michael was already subscribed, and so was Kay, I think. And so if they're subscribed, it's not going to stop it from happening. Yeah, I won't know unless I go in and check. But I know YouTubers who use this. There may be times like maybe on my birthday. Actually you missed me testing out the features of the chat. No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't know. I don't see half the people that are subscribed. There's nothing next to your name that tells me that you're subscribed. Obviously, Carol, because she's a moderator, but right, if I had that on. I think for my birthday, like we did this year where I chat on my birthday, it's going to be subscriber only. Yeah, I know. Yeah. But everybody coming in the chat, I have no idea. Yeah, some people I can see. I can't see on my phone. Guys, if I move that away... I can't take that light. Oh my gosh, my glasses. I can see some things, but I can't see everything. Like, I know right now, because it's turned off, I'd have no idea that anybody except... I think he meant... I think he meant... Me too. Anyway, guys, thank you for helping me out. I'm hoping in the event that we have another K issue, I can just exit live, or not exit live, so we won't have to do that anymore. I will just shut it down and nobody will be able to chat, and I will start it back up when I'm done with live. Sounds good, predecessor. Yep, that's what I'm gonna do, is turn off chat until I am done with the live end of it, and then I'll turn it back on at the end. I am going to go, guys. Thank you, Benjamin. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great evening. Friday's live. It may be too soon for this, but thought it might be kind of fun to talk about what do animals do during hurricanes. So that's what we're doing. For Friday's live. Good night, everybody. Be safe, be kind. Predecessor, be exceptionally safe. And I will see everybody later, I hope. Good night.